There's going to be a video today showing you how to replace the rear wheel hub bearing assembly. This guy right here. There's the back of it on a 92 Dodge Stealth ES. It's right here. It's a front wheel drive. You can see right here I already have the jacks underneath there on the floor jack spot. Step one right here. It's going to be removing this cover. Be careful to try not to break the tabs on that. See, it has these little guys right here that sit in these grooves. So you want to make sure not to break these off. I did on the front wheel of the other side, and it's not looking too good, so I need to order another one. But get your tire iron, and with car on the ground, what's up right here? Car's gonna need to be on the ground here. Stand. Now, as far as where you want to put these, I honestly don't remember exactly where the jack stand spot is, but what I tend to do, somewhere where the original jack point is, which is right up under here. It's these little two grooves right there. That seems to be a pretty okay spot to put them. But another thing I've done is right behind there. See that little hole? There's kind of these two scratches right there. That's where I'd kind of put my jack stands. I'll show you that real quick. Stand. And kind of slide it up behind this wheel well right here. And around. Then you'll see. I'll put it about 2 notches up, so it'll sit towards the rear of the spot. So make sure you put it pretty far back on here, because this kind of tapers out and widens, so it prevents it from slipping forward. So after you have your jack stands set, the way they are on this one, if I went ahead and let it down right now, the wheel would be back on the ground slightly. So what I'm going to do is I am going to just leave it on the jack and take these lugs and the wheel off. throw them in your center cap, and then pull that wheel off. And what you'll find in here is this little cap that you're gonna have to get a little chisel, pop this cap out. And after you pop that cap out, you have to come back here, take these bolts off the caliper right here. There's one there, and come just around the side, around the back. There's one, bottom right there as well. And it's just those two, and then you'll hang this caliper, a little bungee off the coil here, and I'll just show you how to do that real quick. See if I can get that cap off. Just this screwdriver. Oh, I'll go grab the chisel. Cap's actually pretty easy to get out. Wow. I wasn't really prepared for this, but you can see all that terrible rust in here. Man, yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and see if I can, probably gonna take a break here real quick and see if I can get this nut out. You're gonna have to be careful here when breaking this loose. Oops, sorry. This is a 32 millimeter socket I have on the end of my breaker right here. This is pretty rusted. I just have it on Jackson's here. I heard them kind of creaking when I was pulling this off, but I did get it broken loose. So I'm just going to go ahead and get this taken off here. That's mostly out. Man. Okay. So there's that rusty ass old nut this spline that was held on to. So there's that. I'm going to set this aside now with the cap that was over it, which didn't do much to protect it apparently. Then what you're going to have to do is next is going to be getting behind here to these bolts, which I believe are 12 or 13. Let's see. Actually, hold on. They might be 15 or 16, but I'm going to bring 14 through 16, just in case. And slightly larger is a 1/2 inch, and the adapter. I like to use the 1/2 inch just because it gives me a little more torque. It's a little bit longer. So, the one's for the rear. This is a 14. Yeah, it's a 14. So, I'm going to throw these away. Or toss them back over in my pile. But yeah, so this is just my it's not my, I can't fit my breaker bar in there obviously, but I just get my adapter. This is a Husky set. It's my 1/2 inch to 1/4 adapter. I will put my just like that. We'll come back And my bungee cord was sitting on top of my tools. I couldn't see it. So that's that. And we're going to come back over. Let's set this up right here. It's a pretty decent view. So what we're going to do over here, pull your caliper off. You're going to hook it on right there, and you're going to come up and hang your caliper, the bungee cord, so there's not stress on this line. It's from the coil here. And now you are ready to I believe you're ready to get this piece out. Sorry, I kind of forgot to come back here on video. Anyway, so once you get this cap and nut off, then your next step here is going to be getting this rotor off, and then basically all you can do there is you're going to see a little hole here, another one right here. This is a bolt I have laying around. I actually think it's from exhaust. It's one of the 12mm bolts, and the rotor should actually just come right off, but mine was kind of rusted on. So when you just screw this in, it presses against this right here and pushes the rotor away from it, so you can pull the rotor off. So I'm going to set my rotor down over here, and now basically this assembly right here just pulls off. Okay. And you're going to be left some junk here. So probably gonna want to clean that a little bit, just maybe with your finger. Actually, I have a little towel over here I'll use. Actually, no, it's a white towel. I'm using just to lay on, so I'm gonna do a glove. Just gonna come over here and smooth this down and get the rust off. Now that's looking a little bit better. Got some bearing grease here. Squeeze a little bit out there. It's just kind of dirty. I don't want any dirt. Dirty bearing grease going on here. Just gonna clean that off a little bit. And squeeze a little bit up out of here. You don't need a lot of grease, just some. Just enough to coat kind of all around this bearing. Just a thin coating. And we'll try and get the inside of this as well. So, in theory, this should just slide back on. Probably need 2 hands for this, so I'm going to set the camera up again. That feels a lot better. No play in that. Cool. So now you're actually ready for the rotor to go back on. Put this rotor back in place. Cool. Rotor is good. Now this cap right here. This is the 32mm one. now that that's hand tight, I'm gonna get my. You'd probably actually want to replace this, and I probably will eventually. This is not a difficult piece to get to. If this is the same as the front, I honestly can't remember what it's supposed to be torqued to. I think it's supposed to be about maybe 120, maybe 150 something. Okay. Should be about good. And now, you'll see where it has a little indentation here, so we're going to get a chisel and bend down this little piece here. That's what's going to keep it in place. So, got a chisel here. Just going to kind of set the end of it on that groove. That's been in there pretty good now. So now you're ready. Go ahead and put your brake caliper that you hung up there back on. Okay. So I actually took this bolt off from back here, and I did not need to. I thought it was holding the assembly on partially. Until I realized that the rotor was just rusted on here, so I'll set that back there. And this again was the bolt I used to just screw into the rotor here and press against the inside assembly there for the hub. And now we can go ahead and put this rotor back on. So, wait a second. This nut actually. Or I'm sorry, this washer actually goes back on this back bowl here too. You don't even have to worry about this part because this is an unnecessary step that I accidentally did. So disregard the nut I am putting back on here. We did not touch this earlier, and you do not need to. Okay. Just gonna thread that like so. And now. I, for some reason, I was going to put the caliper back on, had a major issue with it being compressed, and I couldn't uncompress it. So what I had to do was I hit the bleeder screw right here, and I bled a little bit of fluid out that I caught on the towel there. It didn't take too much. I have the... Make sure you don't do what I did and lose that bleeder nipple, because you will need to put that back on. It's around here somewhere. Yep, there it is. Make sure when you're done bleeding, use a line wrench for this, and put that nipple back on when you're done with it. Also, we're going to go ahead and throw these screws back on. These bolts, rather. luckily I didn't waste too much time. But I would have been pissed if I would have finished that and forgot it. That cap again. Now, this cap's actually really loose on this one. So I'm going to do is I'm going to flare out. Doing here. Get this, I'm gonna flare up because it let's see. I've already done it a little bit, so it's actually gonna fit better now. But it was sitting in here really loose and kind of spinning. It still is a little bit loose, but I actually think that should be okay. But what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna knock against the bottom part of this right here and flare it out a bit. That's more snug. Still not perfect, so I'm gonna take it out. Actually, not. It's alright. It'll be okay. It's in there pretty good. Now we're actually ready to go ahead and put that wheel back on. I like to kind of just maneuver with my feet on either side of it. Kind of lift up with my toes. That makes it actually really easy to put in place just with one hand. Now, I'm ready to go ahead and start installing these lugs. Off the jack stands, you're gonna have to jack it up a little bit higher than it was. Not much, but a little bit. And I'll come under here. Put my jack cylinder drop in.